Myself Nimisha J. Patel, Assistant Professor in Electrical Department of Mahatma Gandhi Institute of Technical Education and Research Center, Navsari. Today we are going to learn about Indian Constitution. Its flow of content. What is Constitution? Why do we need Constitution? The history of Constitution of India, the framing of Constitution of India, the preamble to Constitution of India, and what is Constitution of India. Almost everything we do is governed by some set of rules. There are rules for games, for social clubs, for adults in the workplace. There are also rules imposed by morality and custom that play an important role in telling us what we should and should not do. So, almost everything we do is governed by some set of rules. Okay, there are many rules. Rules for game, rules for study, rules for drives, rules for vehicles, etc. For example, rules for study, we studied the subjects and then university take exam. If you don't give exam, then you lose the first chance and again you are going to prepare next exam and it's called remedial. Okay, understand? Now here rule is important and we must follow it. Okay. For another example, in the game of saucer, a referee. Saucer games is like a volleyball. A referee has full authority to enforce the rules or law of the game on the players. When a player does something against the rules, referee takes action like send off player. Some rules that are made by the legislature. Legislature also known as Lok Sabha or Rajya Sabha in India. For their own country are called law. Now what is legislature? Legislature means authority or ability to make laws. You and me not have any power to make law. Only legislatures have power to make law. Now we see what is Lok Sabha and what is Rajya Sabha. Now the Rajya Sabha or Council of State is upper house of the bicameral Parliament of India. Bicameral means two. Means the Lok Sabha or House of the People is the lower house of India's bicameral parliament. Now difference between Rajya Sabha and Lok Sabha. Members of Lok Sabha are directly elected by the eligible voters. Members of Rajya Sabha are elected by the elected members of state legislative assemblies in accordance with the system of proportional representation by means of single transferable vote. So, understand rules are made by the legislatures and what is legislatures? Legislatures, Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. Okay. We need laws in society so our society can regulate and work properly. They are designed to protect us and our property and to ensure that everyone in society behaves the way that the community expects them to. Law tell us what to expect as a consequence of our actions. Law have been the glue that has kept society together. Without law, there would be complete anarchy. For example, our classes without teacher. Okay? In general, the constitution is supreme law of land. All other laws have to conform to the constitution. The constitution contains laws concerning the government and its relation with the people. A constitution is concerned with two main aspects. The first is the relation between the different level of government, and second is between the government and the citizen. In diagram we see the relation between the government and citizen with constitution. Now, the role of constitution in relationship between government and its people. First is constitutions to govern the people. Government make constitution, and the three organs of government: legislative, Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha, judiciary and executive. Now the function of each organs are: first, legislative makes law, judiciary interprets law, and executive enforces law. So, legislative makes law according to how govern the systems, and judiciary explain the interprets law, and executes and forced to follow it. Now, technical definition of constitution. A constitution is a set of fundamental principles or established precedents according to which a state or other organization is governed. This rule together make up, that means constitute, what the entity is. When these principles are written down into a single collection or set of legal documents, those documents may be said to comprise a written constitutions, or the document containing laws and rules which determine the describe the form of the government. The relation between the citizen and the government is called a constitution. Now, why do we need constitution? In general, we need a constitution to govern a country properly. The constitutions define the nature of political system of country. The constitution defines what is also political systems of a country. Means in constitutions not only laws include but also political system includes. Means we know about constitution, we know about laws and also political system. Sometimes we feel strongly about an issue that might go against our larger interest, and the constitution help us guard against this. That means constitutions also protect us. All the three organs of government, executive, legislature and judiciary functions which the constitutions. All the three organs of government, including ordinary citizens, derive their power and authority from the constitution. If they act against it, it is unconstitutional and unlawful. So, constitutions is required to have authoritative allocation of power and function, and also to restrict them within its limit. In diagram we see the power of people. Okay, we understand about power of people to see this diagram. To perform following function, we need constitution. The first function of a constitution is to provide a set of basic rules that allow for minimal coordination amongst members of a society. Okay, and the second function of a constitution is to specify who has the power to make decision in a society. It decides how the government will be constituted. Means one person we elected and this person take decision. Okay. The third function of a constitution is to set some limits on what a government can impose on its citizen. These limits are fundamental in the sense that government may ever trespass them. That means for example, constitutions say citizen will pay 5% of their salary to government as a government tax. Okay, but government can't impose the citizen to pay more than 5% of their salary. Okay. The fourth function of a constitution is to enable the government to fulfill the separation of a society and create condition for a just society. Now we see the history of constitution. Indian constitutional history. First we see the summary. Okay, the first is 324 BC and 185 BC. Time period is what? 324 BC to 185 replace 385. Okay, Emperor Asoka Maurya established constitutional principles, engraved them in major rocks, pillar, and on minor rocks for public to take reference, also known as Edicts of Ashoka. We already known Emperor Asoka. The Emperor of Asoka established the constitutional principles for people, and he engraved, means kotrav, on rocks, pillar, and people see these constitutions and follow it very well. In period of 1599 AD to 1765, East India Company takes total administrative control by gaining right to taxation in Bengal after Battle of Plassey. We all know about East India Company. Okay, the East India Company was established by Britisher after Battle of Plassey, means in 1757. This company have a right to take taxation in Bengal. First we start from Bengal. Okay. 1765 AD to 1858. East India Company takes total unified control over the whole of India from a single center in Calcutta. But its rule ended with the revolt of 1857. Okay, means before 1765, East India Company had rights to take tax only in Bengal. But in 1765, they had fully control to take taxation from whole India. But in 1857, this rule ended with the revolt of 1857. Next is 1858 AD to 1947. This period of the British Raj. What is British Raj? We also know. Okay, was the time when the Constitution on India took shape. Okay, we all know we become independent in 1947 and make to start our own constitutions in 1947. Okay, now 1950 AD, finally Constitution of India created in independent India by its own free people was adopted on 26 November 1947 and came into effect on 26 January 1950 as we know it and use it today. Okay, first we see the details of Constitution of India. First, the Edicts of Ashoka. Okay, established constitutional principles for the 3rd century BC Maurya's kings rule in ancient India. The Edicts of Ashoka are a collection of 33 inscriptions on the pillar of Ashoka, as well as builders and cave walls made by the Emperor Ashoka of the Maurya dynasty. Okay, you see the view of the Ashoka pillar at Vaisali and fragment of the 6th pillar in Brahmi Sandstone British Museum. Okay, on pillar and on small rock, Ashoka makes a constitutions. Second is the East India Company. In 1600, the East India Company come to India as a trading company from Britain. In 1765, it became an administrative power after gaining the rights of taxation in Bengal, after defeating the Nawab of Bengal at the Battle of Plassey. Here we see the established in 1600 by Queen Elizabeth, means British Company. Okay, and view of the East India House. Next is East India Company. During this period, the company established a unified control over the whole of India from a single center in Calcutta. Different acts and law were forced by company during this period, just so company could remain in power and authority. But the company came under increasing control by Parliament of Britain, and its rule ended with the revolt of 1857. Here we see the different battles all over the India, and East India Company becomes a whole power of constitutions. Okay, next, British Raj, 1858 AD to 1947. This period of the British Raj was the time when the Constitution of India took shape. The mainstays of its evolution were. Mainstays means here we start to make the constitutions. The Act for the Better Government of India, 1858. This put India directly under the control of British government. It set up the office of the Secretary of State, member of the British Parliament, who would be the charge of Indian government. In India, the Governor General, working under the Secretary of State, lead the administrations. Now, Indian Council Act 1861. A separate legislative council was set up to assist the Governor General in making laws Indians could be appointed to the councils, but only on the discretions of the Governor General. Now, next is the Indian Council Act 1892. As a result of Indian demands, the size of the executive and legislative councils were increased, and more Indians were appointed to these councils, and the principle of election was introduced. Before 1892, they have small constitutions, and number of Indians are small to join the Indian constitutional before 1892, and after 1892 they increase. More Indians were appointed to these councils. Fourth, Indian Councils Act 1909. This act increased the size of the council again and also gave the legislative council the power to discuss certain matters and to ask questions. More people were elected to the councils. Here in Indian Council Act 1909, more people elected for councils. Okay. Government of India Act 1919. This introduced Diarchy partial responsible government at the provincial level. Elected Indians were given charge of some area of government, that means industry, education, at the provincial level. Okay. This level Indians were given charge. Before that, Indians have no charge in education level, industry level. After 1919, they have some charges. Government of India Act 1935. This introduced provincial autonomy, responsible government at the provinces with elected Indians in charge of administrations and responsible to the elected legislatures. A federal government was proposed, though it did not come into effect. At the center, Diarchy was introduced. Indian Independence Act 1947. The British gave up control of the government of India to two dominants, India and Pakistan. For the time being, till the constitution was made, both of them would be governed in accordance with the Government of India Act 1935. Constitution of India 1950 AD. The constitution was enacted by the Constitution Assembly on 26 November 1949 and came into effect on 26 January 1950. We already know. The date 26 January was chosen to commemorate the Purna Swaraj Declaration of Independence of 1930. With its adoption, the Union of India officially became the modern and contemporary Republic of India, and it replaced the Government of India Act 1935 as the country's fundamental governing document. Conscious efforts were made to have conscience on different issues and principles and thereby avoid disagreement. The conscience came in the form of the Objectives Resolution moved by Jawaharlal Nehru in Constituent Assembly on December 17, 1946, which was almost unanimously adopted on January 22, 1947. In the light of these objectives, the Assembly completed its task by November 26, 1949. The Constitution was enforced with effect from January 26, 1950. From that day, Indian became Republic of India. Now we see about the framing of Constitution of India. The Constituent Assembly of India was elected to write the Constitution of India. Following India's independence from Great Britain, its members served as the nation's first parliament. This body was formed in 1946 for the purpose of making independent India's constitution. The Assembly passed a resolution in 1947 January defining the objectives of the constitutions. The first objective is to set up a Union of India comprising British India and the princely states. Second is to set up a federal form of government with separate state and central governments. To set up a democracy in which all power is derived from the people. First, where all people are guaranteed justice, equality and freedom. And second is where minorities, depressed classes and the tribal rights are protected. Now fourth object is to protect the integrity of India and her sovereign rights over land, sea and air, to help India attain its rightful place in the world and work for peace and welfare of all mankind. Next, the framing of Constitution of India. Dr. Sachidanand Sinha was the first president temporary of the Constituent Assembly when it met on December 9, 1946. Later, Dr. Rajendra Prasad became the president of the Constituent Assembly and Dr. Bhimrao Ambedkar became the chairman of the drafting committee on December 11, 1946. Okay. We see the photographs of Dr. Sachidanand Sinha, Rajendra Prasad, Bhimrao Ambedkar. These all are chairman of its Bhimrao Ambedkar is the chairman of its drafting committee on December 11, 1946. Okay. Next is Constituent Assembly consisted of 385 members, of which 292 were elected by the elected members of the provincial legislative assemblies, while 93 members were nominated by the princely states. To these were to be added a representative each from the 4 chief commissioners provinces of Delhi, Ajmer Marwar, Coorg and British Bulistan. First day, December 9, 1946 of the Constituent Assembly. From right in diagrams we see the Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel. Okay, so first Constituent Assembly from right B.G. Khair, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, K.M. Munshi. Okay, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, K.M. Munshi. Okay. Now, for framing of Constitution of India, we borrow the features. Okay. So first from UK we borrowed nominal head, president, cabinet system of minister, post of PM, parliamentary type of government, bicameral parliament, lower house more powerful, council of ministers responsible to lower house, provision of speaker in Lok Sabha. From USA, written constitution, appointment of vice president, fundamental rights, Supreme Court, head of the state known as president, provision of state and judicial review. And from Canada, federal system and residuary powers. From USSR, fundamental duties, 5-year plan. Okay, our elected members are changed every 5 years. From Australia, concurrently center-state relationship, language of the preamble. From Germany, emergency provisions. From Japan, law on which the Supreme Court function. From South Africa, procedure of constitutional amendment. From Ireland, concept of directive principles of state policy. For the time being, till the constitution was made, India would be governed in accordance with the Government of India Act 1935. We already studied. The assembly meet in session open to the public for 166 days, spread over a period of 2 years, 11 months and 18 days before adopting the constitutions. It was finally passed and accepted on November 26, 1949. In all, the 284 members of the assembly signed the official copy of the Indian Constitution. After many deliberations and some modification, over 111 plenary session in 114 days, the 308 members of the assembly signed 2 copies of the documents on 24 January 1950. Same day, the assembly unanimously elected Dr. Rajendra Prasad as the President of India, which came into effect on January 26, 1950, known and celebrated as the Republic Day of India. The preamble of the Constitution. The preamble to the Constitution of India is brief introductory statement that sets out the guiding purpose and principles of the Constitution of India is mostly long constitutions compared to other country. The people of India, having solemnly resolved to constitute India into a sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic, and to secure to all its citizens justice, social, economic, and political liberty of thought, expression, belief, faith, and worship, equality of status and of opportunity, and to promote among them all fraternity, assuring the dignity of the individual and the unity and integrity of the nation. In our Constituent Assembly, this 26th day of November 1949, to hereby adopt, enact, and give to co-slaves these constitutions. Enact and give to ourselves these constitutions. The preamble to Constitution of India. The first word of the preamble means we, the people, signifies that power is ultimately vested in the hands of the people of India. So far, the preamble has been amended only once in 1976 by 42nd Amendment, which inserted the words socialism, secularism, and integrity. A brief description of this concept are as follows. First, sovereignty. It means free to follow internal and external policies. Secular, it means no particular religion is preferred. Socialist, it means no concentration of power and money. Democratic, it means rule by elected representative of the people of India. Fifth, republic, it means no room for hereditary ruler or monarch. Republic is most important. It means no room for hereditary. Okay? Means one president come. Then after we elected person and that person become a president, not their son. Okay? Now the preamble page. The preamble page along with other pages of the first and original book of Constitution of India was designed, art and decorated solely by renowned painter Ruhar Sakha. Here is Hindi, middle is English version, and this cover book of Constitution of India. This is cover. This is in English, this is form in English, and this is in Hindi. Okay. Now next is purpose of having a preamble. The preamble to our constitution serves two purposes. The first is it indicates the source from which the constitution derives its authority. Second, it also states the objects which the constitution seeks to establish and promote. The preamble seeks to establish what Mahatma Gandhi described as the India of my dreams, an India in which the poorest shall feel that it is their country in whose making they have an effective voice, an India in which an India in which all communities shall live a perfect harmony. There can be no room in such an India for the curse of unsociability or the curse of intoxicating drinks and drugs. Women will enjoy as the same rights as men. What is this? The dream of Mahatma Gandhi. Now, Constitution of India in general, federal features. The first is supremacy of the constitutions. Second is division of power between the union and state. And third, the existence of an independent judiciary in the Indian Constitution. And unitary features, single citizenship, single constitutions, power of union to override on the state matters. During emergency, the system become virtually unitary. Changes in the names and boundaries of the states by the parliament. Integrated judiciary system. Center appoints the governors. Dependencies of states of the center of economic assistance and grants. Now we see the structure of Constitution of India. The Constitution in its current form March 2011 consists of one preamble, 25 parts containing 450 articles, 12 schedule, 2 appendices and 97 amendments to date. Although it is federal in nature, it also has a strong unitary bias. First Constitution of India. One preamble we see. Okay, one preamble, 25 parts containing 45 articles, and these articles 97 amendments, 12 schedules and 2 appendices. Okay, and 25 parts and 450 articles. What is include? Fundamental rights, directive principles and fundamental duties. Different elements of Constitution are described as follow. First, preamble. The preamble to the Constitution of India is a brief introductory statement that set out the guiding purpose and principles of the document. 25 parts. Individual articles, the Constitution are grounded together. First part is Union and its territory. Second part is citizenship. Third, fundamental rights. Fourth, directive principles of state policy. Fourth, A, fundamental duties. Fifth, the union. Sixth, the state. Seventh, the state in the B part of the first schedule. Eighth, the union territories part. 9, the panchayats. Part 9A, the municipalities, the cooperative societies not effective at. 10, the schedule and tribal areas. Next is relation between the union and the states, finance, property, contracts and suits. Next is trade and commerce with the territory of India. Next is service under the union, the states, tribunals, elections. Next is special provisions relating to certain cases, languages, emergency provisions, miscellaneous amendment of the Constitution, temporary, transitional and special provisional. Short title, date of commencement, authoritative, text in Hindi and repeats. The questions. What is Constitution? Give technical definition of constitutions. Why do we need Constitution? Explain true power of people. The third is the history of Constitution of India in details. How framing the Constitution of India? What is the preamble to Constitution of India? What is the Constitution of India? Explain details.